As we reported at the top of the hour, Republicans in the House voted down a Senate deal intended to extend a payroll tax holiday for 2 months. We're going to head back to Capitol Hill. Chief Washington correspondent Peter Cook is standing by with House Majority Leader Eric Cantor. Peter, take it away.
Scarlett, thanks very much. I am joined here by the House Majority Leader. Thank you for the time. Appreciate it. Important vote for you right there. Controversial vote. Where do we go from here now that you all have rejected the Senate bill?
Well, what the House just did is we voted to say that we don't believe that a 60-day extension of tax relief is something that's good for the working people of this country, and we should provide a years-long certainty in tax relief. And the interesting thing is, Peter, everyone in this town agrees with that, which is why we believe that now Harry Reid should call the Senate back in, appoint conferees, and let's get the job done. You know, we were not very far apart when negotiations broke down. We can resolve the differences and can provide the kind of relief that I think the working people need. So the ball's in Harry Reid's court.
You had a number of Republicans over in the Senate back that deal, 89-10. The message that you got from the Senate Majority Leader is, listen, simply accept this 2-month extension, then we'll work on the long-term extension. Why wasn't that a reasonable alternative?
Well, because we don't believe that kicking the can solves anything. We'll be back in this situation again in February, and I think that we owe it to the American people to provide some certainty. Can you imagine, how does a working family figure out how to deal with their expenses when they don't know their tax liability from month to month? So legislating in 2-month increments is unacceptable. Even the president said that it's inexcusable for Congress not to provide a year's worth of tax relief for working people. And that's what we're trying to do. We're standing by the side of the middle class, and I'm asking Harry Reid, what does he have against the middle class in this country? Why doesn't he come back, appoint conferees, let's iron out the narrow differences that we've got, because we don't have a lot, and let's go ahead and resolve this prior to the end of the year.
I know you have a keen sense of the politics and all this, something you follow. Democrats think they've got the upper hand on you right here.
Well, honestly, the bill is back in to the Senate now. We have acted in the House, rejected the Senate's 60-day extension, and said we want a year. So the Senate will now have to act, and if the taxes expire on Harry Reid's watch, he'll have to answer to the people. Again, I would ask, what does Harry Reid have in for the middle class? I mean, we want to be there to help the middle class of working people in this country with certainty. That's what the president wants. That's what we want. And we should go ahead and accomplish that prior to the end of the year.
Can you give us a sense, are there any back-channel communications with the Democratic leadership in the Senate side, even with the White House at this point, about some sort of resolution so you both can, if you will, save some political face
here?
here?
I think there's a lot of discussion that continues to go on, Peter, in this town, and I'm hopeful that we can come to the resolution of this. This does not need to be part of our pyrotechnics here. We can work this out. I mean, we were very close in terms of the pay-fors on this so-called pay-fors on the Social Security tax, and we can get it done. And again, we owe it to the middle class of this country, and I would urge Harry Reid to come on back to town, appoint the conferees, and let's get this going.
You said you were close to the pay-fors. I talked to Chris Van Hollen yesterday on the Democratic side, talked to some Senate Democrats as well. They suggest you guys weren't all that close together in terms of exactly how you get there. $202 billion, the price tag for the bill that passed here in the House of Representatives. How do you get there?
Well, I think that clearly the folks who were involved in those discussions know we were very close. You know, we can get there. And certainly, I think, given that the federal government is spending $3 trillion plus a year, certainly we can manage to find a little less to put towards tax relief for the middle class. And again, that's what I would ask Harry Reid to think about. What's he doing to the middle class? Because now the bill is back in his lap.
All right. The House Majority Leader Eric Cantor, appreciate the time. Thanks very much. Grabbing him on the cuff here after that vote. Still more votes today here in the House of Representatives. Then you gone? You leaving?
So, well, listen, we're here. Our conferees will be appointed. The Speaker will appoint the conferees, and we're ready to go to work. I mean, we want to sit down and we want to find a way to compromise on this so the middle class and working people of this country have got the certainty of a year's worth of tax relief, not be forced to operate on a 2-month basis, which is really untenable. And even the people in the payroll industry say this is something that could cause a lot of confusion, a lot of cost to workers.
Scarlett, you're hearing it from the number 2 Republican here in the House. The ball's back in the Democrats' court over in the Senate.
All right. Thanks so much, Peter.